Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your mid-November reading. This message lasts for, the next few weeks heading into the holiday season, but these messages are also timeless. So if you're catching this at a different time, know that if the title grabbed your attention, then there's something in here for you. So stick around, and I'd like to start by clearing the energies. People have asked why I use a bell, and that is simply because my cat does not like incense. So I try and use the bell, be respectful. I'm going to call in our guides, ancestors, spirit guides, guided messengers. Please be here now to give Sagittarius divine messages for their highest good, and please protect this space from any negative energies or influences. And we welcome you and thank you for being here. Okay, so let's do pull some themes for the month and with these unknown oracle deck and see what themes are coming up before we start the tarot. I love this unknown oracle. It's so inspiring. Okay, what do you have for Sagittarius? Messages for Saggy. Ooh, okay. Oh. We got the Orphan and the Lover. Somebody else had the Orphan this month, yesterday. It was either Libra or Virgo. So you have the Orphan. And this one, I actually haven't pulled this one yet. This is the Lover. I don't know why it's not plural, but the Lover, swans mate for life, right? So, and this one also has the Pearl here. And the Pearl stands for... there's actually quite a few pearls here. But the thing that the pearl represents is that, an oyster makes a pearl when it's protecting itself from sand, from grit. And so it kind of squirts out this pearl liquid and solidifies into a pearl. So what that's saying is that, like, you have become a pearl and you're ready to be a lover, or like you're ready for love, I would say, and that like your struggles have actually made you a pearl. It's almost like, a diamond, the intensity and pressure that makes a diamond. So the Orphan, it feels like you have felt abandoned in some way, whether that's with work or friends or family or just in life, or you have felt alone and isolated. So it looks like this period is coming to a close, because when you have the Lover here, it does say either you're loving yourself, or you are now, which what I'm getting from this is that you are now ready to be loved, to receive love, to give love, where before you were looping these patterns, and like you've broken out of this loop now, so that you can now share yourself, and you don't need to protect yourself so much anymore, because you've like integrated this and become whole. What I'm getting is that you've actually done a lot of work on yourself in the last year, maybe with therapy or just meditations, something like that. But it seems like you've really worked on the things that were holding you back. Any traumas that were not like allowing you to be your complete self. I feel like you're really opening up. And this also is giving me a lot of sun vibes. There's like a daisy on here. So it's giving me like sunshine starburst. So I link that with like happiness and joy and harmony. Very, very good card. So I'm loading that for you. And let's see where the tarot takes us. So what is going on for Sagittarius? Mid-November. Messages for Sagittarius right now. So much going on with the holidays coming up, and, spending time with family or lack thereof. Sagittarius. Okay, so the Magician. I love this. So yeah, this talks about being able to transmute energies, and so in going with this Orphan and Lover, it's like you've been transmuting you know, any kind of like negative energies into like something good. You're metamorphosing. Um, it talks about having all of the resources you need at your disposal to be able to transmute that into something better that is working for you. Like taking these, you know, these things and turning it into, making it into something more. These are your resources, and you are able to use them to, like, you know, correct your situation, whether that be, you know, financial. We were just talking about family, though, or lack thereof. Let's post some more, and we'll start to generate a storyline here. Ooh, the Emperor. It's about organization, control. The Three of Wands. Waiting for your ships to come in, planning for the future. The Nine of Pentacles. I always don't want to call her the Empress. Oh, oh, so you got the Two and the Three of Wands. Get three more here. Oh, exactly three. All right, let me take a look here. Yeah. You have the Magician and the Emperor. So, like, you are now, not only do you have the resources to make this a reality, but you also have the organizational skills with the Emperor to really, like, make this work for you. It's like a strength behind it, and there's like a drive and ambition with the Ram, the Aries there. Also, he has an Ankh as his staff, and so it's like a key of life. So you're really understanding the workings of life now. Like you're like, okay, I almost feel like not just playing the game, but like you broke the mold of the game. You know, like you are the game. You know. So you just have to be yourself, which is a very strong position. So, like, I think that this is part of you having come into your own, because the Orphan is in the past, and so, like, you're really starting to step in and feel more comfortable in your skin at this time. And because of that, this confidence that you have with the Emperor, you're starting to see results. You're starting to see opportunities come into your life at this time. It's waiting for the ships to come in. Like, they're not... Oh, yeah, there's ships here. And, like, there's a lot of growth. You've grown a lot. So, like... and also you have, like, new passions coming up as you are entering this confident stage. And, like, you're able to start to... You know, as you're coming out of surviving mode, you're starting to think about thriving mode. Like, what is it that makes me tick? What is it that makes me happy? What is, like, my purpose? And so then you receive the Nine of Pentacles. And this talks about somebody who has been very, very resourceful. You know, like, this is... This position does not come without sacrifice. This person learned how to survive. You know, and they toiled in the Seven of Pentacles, and they, you know, had to, like, figure out which things were giving him the most output, and to, like, sacrifice to save. And now you have like, all of these resources at your disposal, because you've been, you know. And when I say resources, these can be, it doesn't have to be stuff. It can be, like, inner resources, like the things that, like, you know, but it can also be material, you know, resources from these opportunities that are coming in. Like, now you're coming into your Nine of Pentacles era and out of this thriving era. So it appears with these, I'm wondering, do I want to pull some clarifying cards yet? So you're making plans now for the future. I do. Let's see. Tell me more about Um, Tell me more about these Three of Wands. You're coming out of a period where you were not doing well financially, right? You're coming out of this period. This is in the past now. This also talks about feeling left in the cold, like maybe isolated from friends and family, or like left out of certain situations, locked out because you were feeling isolated, right? So that's behind you now. You may have had to cut off some toxic friendships, or like make known what you cannot be a part of in your work situation, which things like morally like you're conflicted about, and maybe you no longer want to do those things. Oh, but you're using your intuition now. Like these people made you feel out in the cold or less than, but like you're using your intuition now, and like that you can transmute that energy, and you are resourceful, and that like you are good at what you do. You're organized and confident, and like you've worked your way up the ladder. So now, like, you don't listen to these naysayers anymore, and you're not gonna just like wait for these ships anymore. Like, you're not gonna wait anymore. You're gonna make your ships come in. You're gonna like take action. Wands are always about taking action, and you have a lot of wands here. You also have the Eight of Wands, but you're going to take action on this now. You're not the orphan. You're the lover, and like you always have been. Like, you have good intentions towards people, and like perhaps you were misunderstood or misread from time to time. But like, yeah, I feel that you were misunderstood a lot of the time, but like now that like you're solid. You're using your instincts. And then what is the Nine of Pentacles? Tell me more about this Nine of Pentacles. I got it so good. Whoops. Yeah, so it's like, because you were not going to take that anymore, right? It like may have worried you at first to like have to, scrimp and save to get where you are now, or like maybe you had been thinking about these people in the past. Maybe it's like you are connected, like with your mind, and when they think of you, you feel it. You think of them too, right? And so like you're feeling this. The people are still holding on. I would actually do a cord cutting ritual for whoever this person is, this like toxic past person in your life or people, so that it doesn't keep coming back. Like you're not, you're done. You're gonna stop worrying about this, right? And this is gonna take you on your way, right? There's some delay, right? You're like still worried about this because it came in reverse, the Chariot. There's some delay, but the Chariot, whether it comes reverse or upright, you're determined to go and to be successful. It may take you just like a little bit longer than you initially thought, but it's like you're on the move, right? Maybe it's like also this retrograde energy. We're in a retrograde right now, and like you might just be having some of these thoughts of the past could have been coming up this week, and you're like, I thought I was past that already. I thought I had like worked through that. Why am I still thinking? Why does that still bother me, right? So it inspires you to take this action. Like you could be moving, you could be changing jobs, you could be moving apartments, you could be It could just be like a new journey, work journey, or like self-motivational journey. Like you're like, I am gonna get healthy. I want to be healthy before, yada yada. Like take control of your health, and so you like decide to change something about yourself, right, for the better, or to stop like an old bad habit, something like this, right? So new journey, and you are now making plans for the future. You now waiting for your chips to come in. You're taking action. This guy has like a literal globe in his hands, and he is planning like his next move. You see? So then you have, this is either you or somebody else, but you have the King of Cups here, and this is like a very mature, well-balanced emotional maturity. It's very loving and benevolent. But also, like, this person also thinks about, like, who he shares his emotions with, too, because he's a bit more reserved than, like, a knight or a page or a queen. And it talks about, like, a level of mature passion. Like, there's passion, but it's, like, mature, taking calculated risks. So I feel this is you. And then you've got, like, some messages here coming. Or you're finally gonna, like, take swift action, right? Like, you've been kind of waiting, but now, like, as you become more emotionally mature and balanced, you're going to take swift action. And it seems like, actually, you are taking action towards this Queen of Wands. And I think this is why you have the Lovers, right? So it's like, you've been all up in your head here. For this person, for these people that I'm talking about, this is a love story. You've been self-improving yourself, and getting through the dark night of the soul. You've been, like, working on yourself. Now you're determined to take action. You have the Lover here, and so I feel like this King of Cups is taking action towards this Queen of Wands. Like, this is how it's pulled out. I'll clarify these, right? So the Queen of Wands is the most passionate queen of the deck. Like, she's fiery, she's ambitious, she's joyful, she's fun. The life of the party. This is somebody that people want to be around, spend time with. She's lively. She's got the sunflower here, which represents, like, joy and happiness. But she also has lions at her feet, and in the tapestry behind her, symbolizing strength. And the black cat is here for protection. If I'm not mistaken, she's the only one with the black cat. So it's also a bit of intuition and mystery. Okay. Let me see. So what are you planning? You're on the move. You're planning to, and these are genderless readings, so, like, if this is just the energy. You're the one with the, like, reserved, emotionally balanced emotions, like, and then this is, like, the passionate, fiery, like, kind of vivacious one, right? So what is this Two of Wands here? Sagittarius. Ooh. Knight of Wands. Yeah, it's a fast acting, like, you're making this plan. Once you, like, decide that you're gonna do this, you do it. You go, you do it, right? And there's, like, a lot of wands here. I know I said that, but wands stand for passion. It's fire, it's action, it's energy. So, okay. Tell me more about this King of Cups. Page of Wands. So, like, it's like at first you're like, okay, I got this idea. You know, I'm gonna go for it. And then you kind of like, oh, maybe I should, like, slow down here a bit. Like, this is a kind of a youthful energy. Also playful. You're like, oh, maybe I need to make it more playful, not so serious, right? What changes? What is this? What makes the action happen? Oh, the Tower. Right? Like, you know, maybe it's just like it's now or never, right? Something happens. Like, if this is somebody that you're like into at work, maybe like you make a move like after you get fired or something, or you know, maybe something happens with the Queen of Wands that you're like, oh, I need to be there for this person. You don't want to take on so much. What? Tarot moment. Ooh, there's like an argument here. Sorry, there's an argument here. This is not heading in the direction I was expecting. No. I'm kind of getting that could be for some people. You've been using your intuition about feeling out in the cold, right? You've been using your intuition about feeling out in the cold. You've been worrying about it. And you've like decided to take this action. You know, and this could also represent, this could just be the same person. And so, like, you're sick of worrying all the time, and so then you decide you're gonna go. But you've made the plans, and you're like taking action, and you're like, I'm gonna come at it calm, cool, and collected. But you get like nervous, and you want to tell this person that the Tower's here. You're leaving, you're moving, and it causes an argument. Or it just doesn't go the way that you had planned it. It's like you've taken all this care to plan this thing, you know. 5 of Wands. You know, maybe the Tower happens because of this, you know, message comes in and it doesn't hit well, and then there's some like friction. So what happens with the Queen of Wands here? Tell me more about this Queen of Wands. If you know who this is, drop it in the I mean, you don't tell me who it is, but like if this story is resonating, please let me know below. You got the 8 of Wands again. You got like messages, quick moves, being messages on the move, moving action. Like something is happening pretty fast here. Oh. Eight of Swords and Wheel of Fortune, right? So like, you know, this Queen of Wands is not moving because they have like self-imposed restrictions, or they feel like they can't, like they're stuck, they're trapped, but they're actually not if they would just like change this perspective. But this person feels restricted. This Queen of Wands feels restricted. But then like something happens, right? Again, something happens. You get the 2 of these 8 of Wands, and then The last one was Wheel of Fortune reverse. So this is like an end of a cycle of bad luck. And like whatever this is, it's like out of your hands now. Because once the wheel starts turning, it's like, anybody's guess where it's going to land. This is in action now. And you have to trust that the universe, has everybody's best interest. But this is such a lucky card, so it looks like for both parties this is going to turn out very lucky. Like everybody's, in the end, everybody's going to be happy here. This could be an Aries with the Emperor. What else did you have here? The Chariot. It could be a Cancer. Yeah. Doesn't have to be, but it could be. Let me pull, I've got these cards that I made recently. And I made some of these a few years ago, and I really liked them, but when I moved, they got damaged. So I just made another set. I made them while meditating on little 3x5 cards. Ooh, Leo. You got Leo. That was too big of a stack. Leo. I was seeing, what is it on the Queen of Wands? There's a lot of lions on the Queen of Wands as well. A lot of Leo energy there. Know your worth. This too shall pass. One year. So in 1 year, this will all be different. 1 year, maybe your magician phase will be like in the final stages. Maybe your chariot will have reached its destination. Maybe you would feel differently in 1 year. Okay, so I'm going to pull. I want to pull a card on Know Your Worth. That. The World card. Yeah. You're successful. Like, you have a lot to be proud of. Even if you don't realize it right now. Like, you have a lot to be proud of. And, you should celebrate yourself. Like, obviously treat yourself with, self-respect and, know your worth. And this is also about, so this is a laurel wreath, and that's about success. They put those on Olympians, but also a lot of times this has an Ouroboros, which is this one. And the Ouroboros is that there is no beginning or end, because the end is the beginning and the beginning is the end. But also it can talk about looping cycles, right? And so it's saying that you finally came out of this orphan stage, you finished looping in these cycles, and now you're on to the next phase, which I believe is this Lover card here. Maybe that's what the 1 year is about. Sorry. My throat chakra is totally closing up now. Yeah, I feel like it's really hard for you to talk to this person. Okay. Now, this too shall pass. This talks about the battle is over. Or maybe you feel defensive around this person. And so you've built up these defenses to protect you, walls, let's say, or barriers, or just it's not actually a cozy feeling, you feel like you have to protect yourself around this person. And that's the other thing about the Queen of Wands. She can be actually quite the passion the other side of the coin of the passion is that she can also be, like, there can be anger with the fire too, if it's not well balanced, you know. So Queen of Swords is, I got this on This Too Shall Pass. So it's like, yeah, you've been protecting yourself from this Queen of Swords, whether this person is male, female, or other, or otherwise. That sounded so weird. But whoever this person is, they have like a quick-witted tongue, and they can kind of like, they have harsh words for this person, which is why this person has up these defenses. And also these can always flip, like you could, you know, it could be you and your person or vice versa. And then you have this slow-moving energy. Is this practical, material, slow-moving energy? So you're moving away. That's why it says this too shall pass, but it's not gonna happen like right away. Like, yeah, I don't know if you have like a little bit of PTSD from this. But this is moving away and making room for like more joy. Yeah, that could have to be pretty heavy, but you know, like, you've got good fortune on your side, and like something's happening like this month or next month, you know, in the upcoming weeks. There's like new information. You got the Eight of Wands twice. Something is happening, and it's going to cause this wheel to start to spin. And like I said, once this happens, there's no going back. It's like in the universe's hands. So let me pull a healing. Ooh. Healing shaman energy, I believe it was today. Shamanic healing oracle. Okay. What do we have for Sagittarius? What does Sagittarius need to know? Movement into balance. Eye movement. Let's say 1. Movement into balance. So, like, you're coming into balance. Oh, there's another one. You're coming into a place of balance. You see with the as above, so below, and it's got the Triskelion, which talks about like the energy of God working, like God's speed, honoring your energy. So yeah, you know, protect yourself, but know when. Yeah, know when to walk away. In the burden. Yeah, like, not all burdens are yours to keep. This one was flipped over. Grounding. Not all burdens are yours. And last but not least, I just want to close it off with one of these. These are the Enchanted Forest Oracle. Can you give me some words of advice and encouragement? Renewal. Yeah, trust that this is like a renewing energy. And yeah, and it's bringing you to a place of balance and grounding. Ooh. Letting go. Time to let go. You know, as we're in this autumn time, like, this is kind of like what this time of year is for, because traditionally people would have like a lot of time to think, because their days are short and you can't work as long, so you're spending more time in the house, so you have a lot of time to think and like reflect on your life and what's working and what's not working, and like what things to let go of and what things you need to bring into your life. And like, this is where the concept of New Year's resolution comes from. But it, you know, it's not just saying like, oh, I want to be 10 pounds lighter. Obviously, you guys on my channel, you know that. But it's like really about like looking at the impact of the things that you're expending your energy on, and you know, how you want to improve your life, and like where you're going to place your energy and your attention in the coming months when you start to have more time, when the daylight comes back. And like, you know, planning for your future. So like I really feel like this is a great reading despite the heaviness. It seems like you kind of have a lot going on this month, and that's okay. You know, the holidays are heavy, and even if, you know, you're not in America, it's a time of year there are a lot of holidays besides Thanksgiving. So it's just a spending time with family and stuff can or lack thereof can cause some of these tensions to come up. So with that, you know, check back. I'll be doing December readings like within the next 2 weeks. I'm going to start tomorrow. So we'll see what day I put them out, but I'm going to put them out. I would like to say by Thanksgiving so that you guys will all have that. So check back. And thank you so much for being here. If you're still here, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next time.